welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is Reading by the Stars. Today I thought I would do a tag video, and this is going to be the 20 bookish questions tag. I had saw this over on Jess the Book Freaks channel and it looked like a really fun tag, so I figured that I would do it myself. And so I will leave the link to her video down below in the description. Make sure to go check out her video and show her some love as well. And so let's go ahead and get started with the tag. So the first question is, how many books is too many books in a book series? That's a tongue twister. But honestly, I think it's like 30 to 40. You know, like if you think about the Magic Tree House books, they have a lot in the series. Probably, I don't even know how many. I used to read them when I was younger, but I can't remember how many is actually in the series. I know it's quite a bit. I had like number 46 and number 47 when I was younger, and now I only have one of them, but it was like I have like number 26, so I don't really have the whole series, but I know it is quite a lot, and to me that is like too many books, but they are very interesting, especially for younger children. Okay, so number 2, how do you feel about cliffhangers? I don't really like cliffhangers because when it comes to cliffhangers, if I get left off on a cliffhanger, then that makes me want to read the next book. Or if there's no book out, then I'm just like, oh my gosh, I really want to read more of this story, but this story's not out, so it just is like frustrating to me to not being able to find out more about the story, but the story's not there. They don't have another book out. And so it's just kind of frustrating, honestly, to me, to not be able to read more of the story, but they left it off at a point. It's like, there's got to be more to this story, but there's no other books. Number 3, hardcover or paperback? Honestly, I prefer hardcover, and the reason why is because, you know, hardcover lasts longer because it's a harder book. It's not flimsy and all this other stuff, and you know, it's harder to crack the spine and leave all these creases down the sides and everything, and it just frustrates me having these white lines down the sides of my books. But that also, you know, I mean, that also means that they're well used, but it doesn't look very nice on your shelves, honestly, to me. But some people might think differently, but you know, we're all different. Number 4, favorite book. My favorite book is actually Switched. This one, Switched by Amanda Hocking. And the reason why it is my favorite book is, number 1, obviously it's a really good story, and I highly recommend this trilogy because it's 3 different books. You'll find that out later on. But it also was what got me into reading, because when I was younger, clear up until about middle school, I didn't really have a thing for reading. I didn't really want to read or anything. And then one day I found this book in the library and I was like, well, I'll give it a try. And it just sparked something in my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, this book is really great. Like, wow, you know. And so I had read the whole thing and it didn't even take me very long, and I went back and I got the second one, and after that I just wanted to read like all the time. I had been flying through books and all this other stuff. So that is why this is my favorite book, is because that's what got me into reading in middle school. My least favorite book, honestly, I can't really think of a least favorite book. I think, like, as a series, my least favorite would probably be the 50 Shades of Grey series, and that's just kind of the content. I'm not really into those kind of books exactly. I have them on my shelves, and I tried reading them, and I was just like, I'm not really into it, so I'm probably going to end up donating them or selling them or something, because I'm probably never going to read them. So that's what my least favorite book or books are. I mean, I don't know, there's the content, I'm just not really into it. Number 6, Love triangles, yes or no? Not really. I'm not into the whole idea of love triangles. I mean, some people are, but for me, that's just not something that I'm into. Number 7, the most recent book you just couldn't finish. The most recent one that I couldn't finish is actually The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. I don't know why, but right now, I'm just not into it at this moment. I'm definitely going to be reading this series. Right now I'm working on the prequel duology, but I will definitely eventually be reading them, most likely later on this year, hopefully, if I'm able to get to it. But right now it just seems like I'm just not really into reading it at the time. Number 8, a book you are currently reading. I am currently reading A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. And this is the first book in the duology prequels to The Land of Stories that you just saw, the first book of that one. This is the first book to the duology. The second one is called A Tale of Witchcraft, which I will be getting to hopefully next month, at some point in my TBR pile. Number 9, last book you recommended to someone. The last book I actually recommended to someone is also A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. I had actually recommended it to a family member recently because they're kind of into these kind of books as well as I am. And so I had recommended it to them to read, and eventually they're going to be getting to that, borrowing it from me. Number 10, oldest book you've read by publication date. The oldest book I've actually read, like that I own by publication date, would be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. That's even like probably the oldest book. Well, it's probably not the oldest book I have on my shelves, because I think it might be older than that. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But like actually read all the way through, that would be the oldest book. 11, newest book you've read by publication date. That would actually be Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I had read this not very long ago, and right now it is on my February TBR. And that's just because I've been wanting to reread it again. Also in preparation for number 6, coming out later on this month, probably on the 23rd. I don't know. I had pre-ordered number 6 like back in January on Barnes & Noble because I wanted to get the signed edition, because none of the rest of these are the signed editions, and I had definitely wanted at least one signed edition of the books by this author, so I had pre-ordered it, and that should be coming towards the end of this month into the beginning of March. And question 12, favorite author. My favorite author is Amanda Hocking, and specifically these books. Now these books are the Trill Trilogy, which Switched I had just talked about just earlier in my video here. These ones, like I had said before, were the ones that had got me into reading. So that's definitely part of the reason why that she is my favorite author, but also because her writing to me is just really good, and I'm able to actually get into these books, and I can just read them over and over a lot of times. They're probably going to be on my TBR in the next few months again, because I've been wanting to reread them. So you'll probably be seeing those sooner or later in my videos. Question 13, buying books or borrowing books? I do a little bit of both, but lately I've been mostly buying books. But I do definitely borrow books, like from library, you know, that kind of stuff. Question 14. A book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. That would also be the 50 Shades of Grey series. I definitely dislike them. I am not into those kind of books like I had said before, so that definitely is one, again, that I'm just not into. Some people love it. I know some people don't, but I do know for sure that there is some people that do. And it's not like everyone else, honestly, but there's just plenty of people that do like it, and I don't. And it's just because of the writing and the content and that kind of stuff. I'm not into it. Question 15. Bookmarks or dog ears? I do not at all like dog earing my books. I always try to find a bookmark. I mean, dog earing would probably be like the absolute last thing that I would do. And it's just, I don't like messing up the pages in my books. That, to me, that's just, I don't really care for that. And I know some people do that all the time, and that's fine. I'm not, calling people out like you shouldn't be doing this or anything. But personally, me, I don't like doing that. That'd be like the last thing that I would probably do. If I couldn't find a bookmark, then I'd end up dog earing it or something, because I don't like losing my page. Question 16. A book you can always reread. A book I can always reread, again, would be Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs as well. I can definitely reread this book as well as the Trill Trilogy, but also this is the only book so far that I have completely read from front to back of the Miss Peregrine series, which is kind of sad because I know a lot of you guys have read all of them all the way up to number 5 and absolutely love the series. I know some channels, that talk about them a lot, and they're like a really popular series. But no, I have not read them all the way through before. All of them, I'd only read the first one, but I do have all of them up to number 5. They're kind of off up here. If I do a bookshelf tour, eventually you guys will get to see all of these books. I have a shelf that's like below me down over here too. But also, leave in the comments if you want me to do a bookshelf tour. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and leave that in the comments saying that you guys are interested in seeing all the kinds of books that I've got on my shelves. And that might be something that I might do sooner or later in the future, if that's something that you guys really want to see. So go ahead and leave it in the comments if that's what you guys want to really see. Question 17. Can you read while hearing music? Definitely not. I have difficulties concentrating, and if I'm hearing music, then I can't really concentrate. Like, the only kind of music that I can be listening to that I can concentrate with is like music that has absolutely no words. It's just like sound. But if it has words in it, I can't concentrate, because I'll end up just concentrating on the words of the music instead. And so no, I can't be listening to music with words, especially during reading. But definitely I will listen to music that is just sound. Question 18. One point of view or multiple point of views? This would be both for me. I definitely have books on my shelves that kind of have one, like, 2 different points of view for sure, at the minimum. I don't know if there's any other ones. I know the Kane Chronicles have a 2 point of view kind of thing, especially in the first one. But other than that, I'm not sure if there's any other books on my shelves that have more than one point of view. I think these ones do right here. The School for Good and Evil. I know for sure in the first one they do between the two main characters because they're split up, and so they have more than one point of view for that. Question 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Depending upon how long it is, I guess I could read it in one day. Like if it's a kind of a short book, I could probably read it in one day. For like an example, I could probably read the first Harry Potter book especially in one day. Like if I got up in the morning early enough and started on it early enough, I could definitely finish this book in one day for sure. But obviously if it's a longer book, no, I definitely cannot finish it in one day, especially if it's like 400, 500 pages. There's no way that I'm gonna even finish that in one day. I know some people can, but no, I cannot finish it in one day. I don't read fast enough for that many pages to be read in one day. Question 20. Who do you tag? I tag anyone that wants to do this. I have no specific people or person that I'm going to tag. If you want to do this tag, go ahead and do this tag. But anyway, that was all 20 questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, I will have Jess the Book Freaks video that she did down in the description below. And in the comments, leave a comment if you want to, suggestions on videos and that kind of stuff. But subscribe, like, leave a comment, and definitely make sure to ring the bell so that you do not miss a single video. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye!